As the great prophet Drake once said, started from the bottom, now we here. Hey guys, this is Dom, and this is the BlackBerry KEYone. The KEYone is the first BlackBerry by TCL to feature a physical keyboard, and boy is it a good one. This is the phone you want if you want a keyboard, and not just because it's pretty much the only one either. One of the many great features of the KEYone's keyboard is that all 26 alphanumeric keys can be mapped, twice. So for instance, S can be Snapchat as well as being Slack. It's not just the keyboard either. The convenience key, despite its poor placement, can be mapped to every application and to nearly every system function as well. Despite being in the completely wrong place, the convenience key really is convenient. Mine opens up the camera app. Speaking of that camera setup, it's only okay. The BlackBerry have thrown the same sensor from the Pixel in there, but the different processing and inferior ISP really dampen the experience. These aren't bad shots, that's important to note, and they're certainly the best of any BlackBerry. But the sensor a phone uses isn't nearly as important as the processing and image signal processor behind it all. The 8 megapixel front facing camera is, to be fair, okay. It's not great, and it's certainly miles better than the Potato and the Priv, but seemingly every other phone has a better front facing camera, price point excluded. Spec wise, the KEYone is decidedly mid-range. Snapdragon 625, 3GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, and a remarkably nice 1080p screen. The 4.5-inch IPS screen on the KEYone is pretty damn great. It's 3:2, so like the Surface Books and older iPhones, it's shorter and squatter than normal, and a lot shorter and a lot squatter than the LG G6 and the Galaxy S8. The resolution of 1620 by 1080 is nice and sharp as well. I really can't complain much about the screen. My biggest complaint about the screen though would have to be the capacitive keys underneath it. These are, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst capacitive keys I've used since the 1M7. The touch targets are far too low down, and they're just slow. And because these touch targets are so low, when using the keyboard to scroll in portrait, the amount of times I hit the home or multitasking buttons is far too high, and I'm not alone here either. Something you may not know was hidden in this keyboard is the fingerprint scanner. Tucked away in the space part, this scanner from Fingerprint cards, the FPC 1145, delivers admirable accuracy and decent speed. It's not slow, but comparing it to something like the Huawei P10, you can see which one's faster. The thing the KEYone has almost no rivals in though, is the battery department. The 3505 mAh battery powers the KEYone easily, and I mean easily, through a heavy day, and I only managed to kill it in a simulated torture test. In normal use, I was able to eke out nearly 2 full days and around 8 hours of screen on time. So as you can see, I really love the KEYone. It is a cracking device. It's not going to win any benchmark awards, and for some people the design is a bit bland. It's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but it does what it does really well. This is a communication tool. It is a machine for getting stuff done, and what it does it fast and it gets out of the way. So I love this thing. But maybe you want to hear from some people that are a little bit more qualified than I am.
So, BlackBerry KEYone. Immediately, I'm just stoked to be using a phone which feels like it was made for grown-ups. I have not been this happy with the hand feel of a gadget since the Galaxy Note 4, especially for not having to use it in a case for daily operation. The obvious success story here, how well this hardware keyboard is integrated throughout the Android UI. It's not just tacked on there, it's a pretty well polished control surface. But for me personally, one of the most important talking points is the efficiency of this mid-ranger chipset, the larger battery, walking away with epic battery life. It's pretty rare that I can use a phone over the course of an entire weekend on one charge. Joining that team of battery champs like the Huawei Nova and the Moto Z Play and the Lenovo P2, this phone definitely walks us into another example of how nice it is to not always be looking for a charger. If you're claiming a device is all about business, all about GTD, getting to done, well, you need the battery life to really back that up. As I'm often walking around with multiple phones to get our reviews done, it was kind of hilarious to me how quickly the KEYone took over as my primary communications device, leaving phones like the LG G6, the Galaxy S8, the Huawei P10 as my fun phones for better video or better photography. So this thing's been a champ. I really dig it, and this is one of those options that I'm going to be happy that I can point family and friends to when they come to me with specific concerns about the kind of work they need to get done on the go.
Hey guys, Cam here from Pocket Lint, and for me the best thing about the KEYone, apart from the obvious keyboard and the shortcuts and everything else that offers, is the battery life. It's been a long time since I had a phone that could just last 2 days of regular, moderate use for me without even trying. It goes to the end of my second day every time without fail before I need to plug it in again. The worst thing, I guess, there's not much I don't like about it. I mean, the camera could be improved, but the thing that took the most adjustment for me was trying to touch the screen, because the bottom of it is about halfway up where you would normally find the bottom of a screen, so you end up stretching a lot more if you happen to be holding it one-handed like this. But that's pretty much it from me. I'll see you again soon.
Alright, I would love to thank both Cam Bunton and Juan Carlos Bagnell for agreeing to jump in and collab on this video. I've been trying to do a little bit more of a collab style thing for a while now, and these two people very, very graciously decided to take some time out of their week and help what is essentially a nobody on this big platform here. So again, big thanks to both Cam and Juan. I've got their social medias linked like here, I think, but also in the description box below, as well as links to their respective publications. But anyway, that has been it for the BlackBerry KEYone review. You can find me at mobile_dom anywhere important, so that's Instagram, that is Snapchat, that is Twitter, and you can find both of them too at Cam Bunton and at @GadgetGuy. The written part of this review will go up at, actually I don't know when, but it's going up on www.mobiletechtalk.co.uk, and until then, see ya.